Hello, River Review family. This is Coach Maxwell, and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be introducing mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is important because it's the foundation for mindfulness. Sounds and emotions may come and go, but our breath is always with us no matter where we go. It also allows us to be in the present moment. It helps us lose future and even past thoughts and offers us a mindful moment. So before we enter our mindful sit, I extend an invitation for you to review our peace agreements to help us get in a mindful place. So we'll start with the P, which is practice non-judgment. We'll go to the E, which is everyone uses heartfulness. A, always practice presence. C, create mindful responses. And E, everyone use body awareness. And now that we have our peace agreements and we're starting to prepare to get ourselves in a mindful place, let's continue that with our chant. And remember, this chant can further prepare us to enter our sit. Remember, there's steps, there's practices that lead up to certain rituals, certain performances, or even exercises. And this is our way of preparing for a sit. And I invite you to review the chant with me. 2, 4, my feet are on the floor. 6, 8, my spine is straight. Now relax, my hands are in my lap, and my heart is to the sky. Beautiful, beautiful. If you said it on your own, thank you. If you're present in the moment, thank you. All right, let's try it. And remember, I'm saying 2, 4, 6, 8. Now relax, and then you fill in the blanks. 2, 4. Beautiful. 6, 8. Yes. Now relax, and yes, yes. And as we enter our mindful sit, I invite you to pay attention to your breath and how it moves and how it sounds. And if you get distracted or your mind may wander, that's okay. No judgment. I just ask you, bring it back to the breath. And remember, if your mind wanders and you come back, your mind wanders and you come back, that's part of being aware, and that's part of mindfulness. So as we enter, I invite you to close your eyes or take a soft gaze below and just check in with yourself. There's no right or wrong. It's just you and your breath. I ask that you listen to the sound and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And as we listen to the fade of the bell, I just ask you sit with your breath. Get to know your breath if you haven't been with it in a while. I invite you to listen to your breath. What is it telling you? Is it calm? Is it loud? Does it speak to you? Does it sing to you? And as you're sitting and checking in with your breath, I ask that you just listen to what it's telling you. Embrace it. Take a few more seconds. And as we move on, now I ask you to, or I invite you to notice the temperature of your breath on the inhale and on the exhale. Is it cool going in, or is it warm going out? And vice versa. As it passes through your passage and hits the back of your throat, what is that sensation? What is that feeling? I ask you to check in and feel what your breath is giving you. What is that feeling? How does it make you feel? And as we continue to progress, I ask or invite you to pay attention to how that breath is moving to other parts of the body. And I invite you to place a hand underneath your nose, or maybe a gentle touch on the chest. Feel the rise and the fall. Or maybe even a little bit lower, a gentle touch right below the belly. And feel the rise and the fall. The contraction and relaxation. And if your mind is wandering at the moment, I just ask you pay attention to that breath. Bring your focus back to the breath. Back to the beginning stages of what your breath was telling you in the beginning when you were listening, whether it was calm, loud, whispering, singing. Bring yourself back. And that's okay. No judgment. And as we continue to move and you're feeling your belly rise and fall, I ask you to notice the breath as it enters your nose and travels down your passage into your chest, now into your belly, like a balloon. As that air enters, what is it awakening? Is it your lungs? Is it the inner lining of your belly? Maybe even be your kidneys. How is your breath speaking to you? Now I ask you to check in with yourself. Take a second, and once again, if you find yourself wandering, thinking about lunch, thinking about playing, or any task you have to do, no judgment. Once again, bring yourself back to that breath. I invite you to bring yourself back to that breath. And as we continue to progress in our sit, I invite you to now take an intentional breath that intentional breath would be a long or a slow, long breath. And notice what your breath is saying now. I ask you to pay attention to how it's speaking to you. Now I invite you to, once again, find that anchor spot, anyone that you feel comfortable with. And take that intentional breath once again. I invite you to take that intentional breath. And how does that breath, what do you notice about the breath? And take a couple of more intentional breaths. Notice how it moves throughout your body, how it moves down into your belly. And once again, that intentional breath, what is it awakening? What is it grabbing onto inside that belly? Is it your lungs? Is it your kidneys? And as you check in, I ask you to, or invite you to just remember how you feel, what your breath was telling you, and how we can repeat these feelings, these breaths, capture it, no matter what space we're in, and learn from this breath. And as I sound the bell, I ask you to take your time. And when you're ready, I ask you to lift your eyes and come back to the present moment. The present moment of when we first began. And take some time to reflect on what you experienced during this time. Like always, I appreciate the love, the commitment, and just coming on this journey with me and not allowing me to feel alone. So thank you. And as always, I'm Coach Maxwell, and I'll see you next time.